So what we currently have is we've added our button add, and we are setting some default numbers in case the user doesn't enter anything. And we are getting what the user enters, and then we are adding the two numbers that the user will enter, convert it into an integer, and then we can display the result again back into a string for them to see. So let us run our emulator to see. So I'm going to click on my play, and then it's going to load up. Hey, and then there we go. What we have here is we have our first number, our second number. So I'm going to enter 1. I'm going to enter 1. And I'm going to click on the add. And it's going to give me a 2. I can change this into a 4. I'm going to click on add, and it's going to give me a 5. Now, there are many things we haven't actually catered for. So for example, if the person enters 4 point, because we're using a number, it's not going to allow the person to enter 2.5 or 3.5 or any of these things. So those are the kind of things we're going to have to cater for later on. But this is just a simple way of you actually creating. So if I wanted to create a minus button to make my minus button to work, all I would have to do is, I mean, this code is going to be quite repetitive, but I'm going to make it repetitive for now so that you can see how you can do it. And then later on, you yourself can break it into functions and you can use it yourself. So I'm just going to make a copy of this. And then instead of button add, it's going to be button minus, for example. And then we're just going to change the plus sign into a minus. And that's basically it for button minus. Similarly, what we can do is we can just do button multiply, and then all we have to do is just do the times sign. Yeah, and then we're gonna have to do the same thing for button divide, and then instead of time, I'm just gonna put this here. So what we have here is we have repetitive code. So this is where your mind comes with using functions, where we're going to use, you will use functions to actually store this and just pass in maybe this operator, and then or just pass in the operator. That would be basically be the only change you're going to make in this code. Just create a function which handles all of this, and you're just going to pass in the operator. And that is basically it. So let us run our application again and test it and just to see. So we have 41. We click on add, it does it. We can say 40 minus 1. It's going to give us 39. We can say maybe 40 times 1. Give us 40. 40 divided by 1 will give us 40. So basically, all we've basically done is just created a simple application that allows us calculator application. This is like I said, this is a very simple way of going about with things. There's a very, very simple way of doing it, but I wanted to go through this simple, long way so that along the way you can see from stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, up to the point where you can now start breaking your code into different things. Because we could have used a class, would have made it easier for us in a certain sense, but this is just a simple way of doing it. I hope this tutorial helps you in your next project.